What is up, y'all? Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Exciting to start this year off, right? Okay, so I just really have a quick update. I'm not very long-winded, so if you want more details, if you're curious about anything, just let me know, I'll tell you more. But long story short, my family and I are moving back to Texas. Wow. So I'm very excited about it. It took me a while to wrap my mind around it because I really loved living in Monterey. And so it's gonna be another little adjustment to come back to where we were before, but we really missed our friends, our family, our ministry, being surrounded by other believers. And so God really was telling us that it was time for us to come back. So we're excited to see what happens this new year. I think some really cool things are gonna happen. I think it'll be more than I can actually imagine. So I'm very excited about that. I wanted to talk quickly about how God had to really get me on board. You know how sometimes you may have a plan or a vision that you have for yourself or your family or your situation, and funny enough, God will just laugh at your plans because they may not be exactly what He has planned. So that's kind of what happened. I was really excited to move out of the country. I wanted our family to be multicultural and bilingual. Okay, so my phone is refusing to let me be great and it keeps dying. Slash, I don't have enough storage space, slash, getting interrupted by my daughter, slash, everything. So real quickly, what I was saying was that sometimes God interrupts your plans because He has the better plan, and His will is always better than what we can try to figure out and make a plan for. I really wanted our family to be multicultural, to be bilingual, to live outside the box, to live in a way that was more uncommon than just going with the flow of what everyone else does. That's what I wanted. And so I was a bit disappointed, and I didn't want to come back to what was like normal. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to live abnormal. I wanted to live in an abnormal way. That's just what I wanted to do that. And so God really had to work on me, talk to me a lot. And funny enough, what happened was I was trying to still continue with my plans and figure out how to really strategize and get a good process for how to make it happen. And so I was looking up the scripture that talks about write the plan and make it plain. That's all I could really remember about it. And so I was looking it up. I Googled what the actual scripture was. And when I got to the scripture, God spoke to me and told me something I didn't really want to hear. So wait a minute, let me get the Bible. Okay, so the actual scripture is in Habakkuk. I never say that right, so hopefully I'm saying it right. Habakkuk 2:2. So it says, "Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others." This is what He said. This is what He told me specifically through this word. This vision is for a future time. I didn't even know this part of the scripture said any of that, but it said this vision is for a future time. It describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Told you, phone won't be great. But y'all, I was kind of like, I was disappointed when I read that. I was also like, wow, okay, God's really speaking to me through the word. But that's not what I expected to hear, right? And so once He kind of revealed it to me in that way, I knew that's what He was saying. Be patient. It's not for this time, but it will happen. So if you are feeling discouraged because the plan that God has for you is different than the plan that you have for yourself, wait patiently. He knows our desires, and a lot of the visions, if you're following Christ truly, a lot of the visions and the plans that you have are because he's given them to you. So I'm just I'm going with the flow. I'm trusting what God is doing, because I know that anytime God has something set out or planned for me, it's much better than what I can plan for myself. So I'm excited for 2024. I'm excited for our family. I'm excited for what God is doing. And I can't wait to give more updates. And I'm going to continue with my Spanish learning. I have to be much more intentional now, but I think that's a good thing too. I'll be in a more comfortable environment. And I know other people who do speak Spanish here, so I can still be surrounded by other Spanish speakers and really practice. So stay tuned for some updates, and happy 2024.